Hey guys, it's your boy Dope Snare. Just thought I'd make a quick video today. I haven't uploaded for a couple weeks now. Just been busy working on other things, but yeah, I thought I'd make this video because I bought an album today, and it made me think, when was the last time I bought an album? And sadly to say, I googled it. The last album I bought before today was Dr. Dre Compton. I was all hyped about that or whatever when it came out, and I bought it. I'm not gonna bash that album, but anyways, I don't think I bought an album since Spotify really became popular, and I got a Spotify account, and I just stream all day, every day, or whatever. And what I noticed is when I bought the album today, I bought a Guilty Simpson, Apollo Brown. It's super dope, but I spent some time with it. I listened to it twice, and I'm probably going to listen to it again tomorrow and again the next day, just like I used to. With Spotify, I listen to stuff and I appreciate it, but not like buying an album. Like when I was younger, not even that long ago, like in my 20s, we'll say, I would go to the mall almost religiously every Saturday and buy a new album or two. Come home. I used to smoke weed back then, so I'd smoke some weed and I'd listen to the album, and I'd listen again and again. And you never know what you're gonna get back then, because it wasn't like you could stream the shit first. It was like there's a single on the TV, on Much Music or BET or whatever, and you're like, oh, that I feel that or whatever, and you go buy the album, and sometimes it wouldn't be that great, and sometimes it was awesome. And I would go back to older music, like the first, like 36 Chambers and shit like that. Like that, I wasn't super into hip hop when in 1994. Like I was just a kid. I was probably listening to like God knows what, but it wasn't hip hop. Either than like Criss Cross and shit like that. You know what I mean? But so I had to revisit the old albums like Biggie and Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep and all that, and whatever, I'd really get into it. Like I would have tower speakers, like an old school stereo system, right? I'd sit my ass in between the speakers and literally just like zone out and listen to the whole thing and get immersed in it. And like over the years with the streaming, I just noticed that experience has gotten farther and farther away, and it's just not the same. So I guess this video is just kind of like touching on that, like are we really appreciating albums anymore? Like the last album to come out that I actually streamed like multiple times is probably Marco Polo Master Ace. That shit was dope, and I revisited it. But for the most part, even if it's dope, I might listen to like 3/4 of an album when it drops, and then like probably never revisited it ever again. So I thought, I've been thinking about getting an MP3 player and trying to find a way, or maybe in physical CDs and shit, like to relive the magic of like appreciating music, like really getting into it, finding out who did what, reading interviews and learning about the new artists and stuff. Like that's like it's lost now with this streaming stuff. So I bought an album on iTunes. I figured out you could like convert to WAV and everything, so it's like you get high quality waves. So I'm like, I always wondered how you could do that with this internet stuff. So iTunes, you can do that. You can buy the album for a good price, like $10 or whatever, and then you can convert it to waves, and you're good to go. I think I'm gonna keep that up, but yeah, I think maybe just the act of purchasing it makes you like value it. Like I listened to it like 2.5 times, and I just bought it this afternoon. And it's really fucking good, so I'm going to listen to it again and again. And I used to get acquainted with the lyrics and the nuances of the beat and everything. Like, it's so fucking quick these days on Spotify. It's like I don't do that anymore. So I'm trying to recapture the magic. Yeah, I think it's worth buying an album and like letting it marinate and revisiting it and jamming it all week long or whatever, however many weeks it lasts for you. That was part of the fun of music. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe you guys go on Spotify and really dig into an album, but I personally don't. Like, it's like there's so many options, and the algorithms are just recommending you songs left, right, and center, and it's just like feeding you all this shit, and people are dropping constantly, and it's like I have no time to just sit and enjoy, like, and then come back and enjoy again and really get to know an album. I just wanted to make that video saying that, I guess. Let me know in the comments how music consumption is for you. Like, do you spend time with albums anymore since Spotify and all this stuff, Apple Music and all that? I found that I probably consumed just as much or more music and discovered new stuff, but I wasn't. Sadly, I wasn't buying albums, and therefore it was one after the other. I never spent any time with anything. So I think when you spend the $10 or $20, you're gonna spend some time with that album or that EP or whatever, and get to know it, appreciate it. You get off on the bars or the beats, whatever's your thing, or both. I think working with an artist it actually got me into the mode of like listening to what they're saying, because I'm like a beat maker, producer kind of guy. So I'm kind of in like I mix and stuff, but I'm like I'm zoned in on the music and the sound, but I'm not really listening to what they're saying. And I came up. The only reason I'm in music is because I started freestyling, and I was into raps and everything, and so that was like the main thing for me. And then I got into beats for so many years, kind of went to the wayside with the lyricism. So like I'm appreciating like the cadences and the flows and the wordplay and the metaphors and the punchlines and all that stuff. Like, I don't know, I kind of got away from that. I was just all about the boom bap and the beats, but to like come across a quality artist and like appreciate what they're saying, and you definitely have to listen to things more than once, I think, to like really appreciate the stuff, because you might not catch it the first time. Like, I listened to the album I bought today the first time, I was like fucking jamming out. It was awesome. Then the second time it was a little more in depth. It was like, oh, this song's about this. This song's about that. It was saying this. Very mindless consumption in the past for me. Like, speaking for myself, like very mindless consumption. Like, not in my head listening, but not really. It was kind of like a big picture, a big blob of sound, and I'm just listening to it and appreciating it. But now I'm getting into the intricacies of the music, and this video is probably going on a little too long. I don't know. It's like a realization that music is just like microwave shit. Boom, it's coming out. We're consuming some of it, maybe a bit of it, not really appreciating it, and going on to the next thing. So I just think there's value in maybe spending some time with something. And for me, I actually had to pay for something other than a subscription. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not like trying to like say save the industry or anything, but maybe I am. That's another thing that I've thought of. It's like, if the last album I bought was in 2015 or something, and the one before that was probably, a few years before that, like, and I'm a music lover, like, that's sad. That's sad. That's a sad state of music. And being a music maker and putting it out there, I can only imagine, like, people are just like, next. That's sad, man. It's for everyone. So let's fall in love with music again. All right? Peace.